He's a nice guy. I just want to keep him as a friend. I just want to keep her as a friend. We broke up on a mutual agreement note. These are the things that lead to problems in current relationships. Good day, everyone. Welcome to Healing Vein. Today we'll be talking on negative effects of constant communication with exes and the negative impact it has on relationships. Many a times, people find it very difficult to let go of their exes, regardless of what must have transpired, thereby clinging on to memories they've shared, and in some ways, it affects their present relationships. I'll be talking about the negative impact of constant communication or keeping communications with exes and the negative impact it has on relationships. Many a times we find ourselves in situations where we've moved on, but we find it very difficult to forget the things, to forget the memories, to forget the times we shared with our exes. And this in turn brings about unnecessary comparison, which could also lead to what? Shortfalls. So today I'll be listing a couple of negative impact your constant communication with your ex would have on your present relationship. But first thing I'll be talking about is, if you have moved on, if you've broken up in a relationship, the first advice I would give you is take your time to heal properly. When you heal properly, it gives you enough time to recover. It gives you enough time to, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing to cry. It's not a bad thing to hurt and heal. When you hurt and heal, you find yourself in a better position. You find yourself in a better circumstance. Thereby it also creates it gives you this ability for you to move on properly. Now, that's number one. Number two, many a times we find it very difficult to forget the memories we've shared with our partners. Some of us we get into a relationship where we are heads over heels with our partners. Sometimes it could be because they are very handsome or they are very beautiful, and you use that as a yardstick for your next relationship. As long as you are ready to move on and you've moved into a new relationship, it is just normal for you to avoid anything that will bring memories of your past relationships into your present relationship. Another thing we need to look at is avoid unnecessary comparison. You begin to set some sort of target. My ex used to do this. Let me look forward to my present boyfriend doing this. And if he's not fitting into that circle, if he's not fitting into that, that idea which you've planted in your head, you should know that people are different. Just like your character would not be the same with another man's character. We all have different upbringings. We come from different backgrounds, different families, different societal upbringings, and whatnot. You don't expect every person to behave in the same way. Some men are fond of, spoiling their girlfriend. They buy things. They know how to spoil their girlfriend. Other men are reserved. They rather invest in their girlfriends or in their spouses. Some partner would rather save up and set up business for their spouse, while others will just want to take you on lovely trips. Now, if you are the type that your ex was always giving you lovely trips, spoiling you on birthdays, throw lavish parties, and you are looking forward to the same thing in your present relationship, you're going to have a problem, because no two people think alike and no two people behave the same way. These are things you should work on. Every person has their individual characteristics, and they have their energy, the energy they bring into a relationship. Another thing you should avoid in a current relationship, Avoid memories of your spouses, keeping things that will constantly remind you of your ex. You have your pictures of your ex in your phones. You have memories, videos, and stuff like that. If you're trying to build a healthy relationship with your partner, you should give him, you shouldn't create a situation where you find yourself having to live on memories of your former relationship. Another thing, we should avoid visits. I see many a times after 3-4 months, we think we have healed. Then you see messages, okay, I know we are just friends, I just want to keep it strictly platonic. I will tell you something. The moment you start communicating with your ex, and it gets to the point where you start getting invites, okay, I just want to stop by and give you something. You start receiving gifts. Most times it sends you money from the blues, and you ask him what is it for, and you're like, oh, I have always had your account number, I just thought I should give you. Dissociate. I am not saying that they shouldn't help, but having to look forward to things like that. Maybe you were the type that he gives monthly upkeep, and after breakup you guys went your separate way, and all of a sudden he's trying to work his way back into your life for whatever reason. Do not say you are done if you're not ready to move on. And when you're ready to move on completely, because these things would have negative effects on your present, on your partner, on your spouse. Imagine your partner getting to see that you still communicate with your ex, you still receive goodies, monetary, gift from your ex. How do you expect your spouse to feel? Imagine your partner realizing that you still take your ex out, you still show up on her birthdays, you still send her things. All this are negative impacts and negative, actions that could negatively impact your current relationship. Another thing we need to talk about is, okay, we are all mature. I don't want it to look as if because I'm no longer in relationship with him, I don't talk to him. Let your ex be ex. Let it be strictly, if you must keep communication, let it be strictly official, so that you have time to concentrate. There is nobody that has ever held on to two things or chased two things and end up getting both. It's either you lose both of them because you're not focused. Not all men understand the impact. Not all men understand, the impact of texting, communicating with your ex. Probably you feel your ex had this figure, I would tell you, do not get into a relationship with someone you are not sexually attracted to. I repeat, do not get into a relationship with somebody you are not sexually attracted to, because at the end of the day, all this will begin to play in your head. You dated a guy that was very handsome, very good looking, and because you don't want to remain single for too long, another guy starts showing you interest, and you decide that, okay, let me just date this guy for a while. You would agree with me that you would live with the memory of your ex all through the time you would spend in the current relationship. You dated a lady that was so beautiful, cooks well, do this, and because you feel like, okay, I don't want to be single, let me date the next available. Do not jump into another relationship if you've not healed completely, if you've not outlined your wants and the things you really want to achieve. Relationships are not for fun, because people's emotions are involved, people's careers are involved. Sometimes we take groundbreaking decisions just to please our partner. So these are not things you should toil with. All these are steps you should, like I would tell people, little mistakes could cost you a lot in your relationship. And imagine your spouse trying to build that trust in you, only to realize that you still pay your ex visit, you still take your ex out. And that is why recently we've had cases of spouses walking out on their partner on their wedding day. We've had spouses having to be screen recorded a day to their wedding because you would not cut ties with your ex. Sometimes your ex might just say, I can't live without this person. Let me just have a memory. He begs you, just see me somewhere. You try to pay a friendly visit and you discover that you've been drugged and raped and the videos have been taken. For you not to find yourself in situations like this, when you leave a relationship, let it be bygone. Let exes be exes. Communicate with your partner. When you start seeing this hex using other numbers to communicate with you, other social media handles to talk to you, let your partner know. If need be, let your partner talk to the person. Let this person realize that I am no longer interested. I have moved on. So you move on. Because at times we enjoy the attention. It keeps getting stronger and stronger, and the partner begin to play, in mind games by reminding you of the precious moments you people have shared together. And trust me, because we are humans, you realize that little things that shouldn't cause issues in your relationship begin to cause issues. Why? Because you are beginning to get divided attention. So please, I would state categorically that once you move into a new relationship, cut ties with your ex, cut communication with your ex, let exes be ex, avoid monetary gifts, avoid things, and concentrate and build your love and trust with your current partner. By so doing, you'll be able to earn their trust. And if things like this happen and you are under such pressure, you talk to somebody, talk to your partner, talk to a matured friend, and get good advices. Because sometimes in communicating with your ex, you are also giving them the green light. They feel you are not happy, they feel you are lonely, and they capitalize on your vulnerability to get close to you. And trust me, nothing good would come out of it other than hurt, heartbreak, betrayal, and disappointment. Thank you very much, and I appreciate the fact that I'm getting lots of comments and people are sharing their views as well. There's a topic we'll be talking in our next episode, which would also talk more and shed more light on what we've discussed now. But until then, have a wonderful relationship, have a wonderful life. Until I see you again on our next section, please don't forget to subscribe to Healing a Vein channel, and don't forget to share and like this comment, and also like this video, and also share your views in our comment section. Until we meet again on Healing a Vein, I remain yours faithfully, Simple. Have a wonderful evening.